All right, everybody. I just wanted to go a little bit more into depth about sourcing wood. And I wanted to give you some of the safety precautions that I follow, give you some tips about places I typically find wood and how I go about getting so much of this great wood. This was all from today. This was all free. And I did mention that we've just had a natural disaster, so a lot of people are having to get rid of fences and things from their property. So some of this wood came from that, but I have had a lot of success with my local Ace Hardware. If there's anything that's not perfect, it's discarded. And so quite a bit of this wood actually came from Ace. So just to start, the things I take with me when I'm going to be looking for wood or hoping to get a good find, I always carry my gloves. I love these. I've worn leather men's gloves for years, and I finally bought myself a pair when I got a hole in my gloves. And these are women's gloves. They fit me perfectly. They have the leather pad. They have a neoprene knuckle, which is great for using your hands a lot, and a Velcro. The wrist fits perfectly, so I would highly recommend a pair of gloves. These are Hydra-Hide, and I did purchase these at Lowe's, and I don't remember the price point, but I can look that up for you. I always take my safety glasses. These are actually a pair that I've had for a long time. They have interchangeable lenses, which is great. So if I want to switch out to a tinted lens, if I'm working out in the sunlight, I can, but I typically just use the clear. When I'm gonna be going to a construction site, I always wear my heavy boots with ankle support. I don't get in a whole lot of dumpsters, but when I do, I'm extra cautious. I always talk to the foreman on the job or the contractor that's there doing the work to make sure that the dumpster's available for people, and just don't do anything illegal, don't break any laws. But a lot of times, that stuff in the dumpster is going straight to the landfill. So as I mentioned earlier, to me, I would much rather reclaim those pieces and bring them home and make something of them. And then last but not least, I've run into several instances lately where I'll see a really great pile of wood and there'll be a nice straight piece on the bottom. So I've started carrying my circular saw with me when I'm going to be out and about looking for wood. I actually cut one of these pieces today. The other thing I've run into is finding a piece that I want that's too long for my vehicle. So if you take your circular saw with you, you can make a cut on that wood, fit it into your vehicle, or dislodge it from the pile by cutting it. And you do not have to have a square, but I have found using my square when I use my saw to just be tremendous. It's always going to give you a straight cut. It's going to protect your hands. You're not going to ever have the risk of that blade coming into contact with you because it could skip. Sometimes the blade will get caught up in a knot or something and it'll jump a little bit. So it's just extra precaution, and it'll help when you get ready to use that piece later. It's nice and square. So those are just some of my tips, and as I mentioned, check with your local hardware stores to see if they have a scrap pile. You can see if there's any contractors in your area that do projects for interior inside homes. They haul a lot of stuff away from those projects, and they might just have that available as well. And then, neighbors tearing down a fence or something along those lines. Those are all really great places to find reclaimed wood. All right, thanks.